Am I on? I think so. Was I supposed to do that? Someone will take care of that. Okay, before we get started, we're going to have a little fun, and we're going to take a selfie. So act like you're excited to be in a picture with me. Yay! Thank you. That was fun. So I'm Chris, and I want to be in a relationship with... It is. I want to be in a relationship with all of you. And that may sound a little strange, but I do. If you get to know me, I'm a relationship guy. I believe in the end, relationships matter. Relationships start with courtship. Courtship is about establishing trust and credibility. It's about demonstrating your true intentions of what you want out of this life. We as people want to be courted in our personal lives with everything we do. And I believe that that needs to extend over to our professional lives, and I think we have a great opportunity. In your own personal lives, you've all been courted before. And professionally, from a lot of the folks downstairs in the exhibit hall, you've been courted in some capacity there. But does it expand and extend to the candidate workforce that you are all connecting with? Reality check. You ready? Candidates deserve courtship as much as you and I do. Relationships are important to them as well. So, a couple things I want you to keep in mind as we spend a few minutes together. First, you must accept that you cannot accept no. 2, you need to demonstrate your value both now and in the future. And third, be persistent and consistent in your courtship. And recognize that when you stop, someone else will start courting what's already yours or should be yours. So let me tell you a story about how I did not accept no. I met my wife 14 years ago at a place where true love often finds itself. It was at a beer pong tournament. Okay. I was half of the mighty Team Serve, and we sailed into the finals. As I was walking in to play the finals, on the other end of the table were her roommates. So I'm walking in and I'm saying, hey, I'm going in to play the finals. Can you be cheering for me? She says, nope, I'm back in my roomies. And my line was, too bad. I was starting to crush on you. Listen, it was late. I thought it was a good line in the moment. My wife still laughs at me at that line. I hold my ring finger. I'm like, it worked. Okay, it worked. Sadly, I lost the tournament, which her roommates still love to bring up even now. So we exchanged information, and I thought I could really be interested in this girl. So I called in a favor, and I got 3 tickets to a sold-out concert in Dallas. One for myself, one for her name's Catherine, and one for Catherine's roommate. Said, I'll leave them at will call, we'll meet at the show. The band goes on. I'm standing out there, I'm calling Catherine, no answer. I call the roommate answers. Hey, are y'all guys, you're on your way? No, I'm not coming. Okay, and I think Catherine's leaving the country tomorrow. What? And if you're 80s fans, 80 movie fans, right, the late 80s, there was a movie with Patrick Dempsey, Can't Buy Me Love. Right? Every time he called Cindy from the movie, she was either washing her hair or she was out of the country. So as I'm having this flashback to being out of the country, I'm thinking, I'm about to be stood up by this girl. Who is this girl who's going to stand me up? I mean, who is this girl? I have got to know this. So I arranged for a second date. Catherine's from Kentucky, so I get some tickets to the horse races, and I think this will be perfect. We'll bet on some ponies, we'll have a mint julep, it'll be a grand time. So I get tickets and a parking pass, because when I'm courting someone, I'm detailed. Leave it at the gate and say, we'll meet there after work. She was climbing the corporate ladder, she worked a lot, so we thought we'd just be best to meet up there at the races. Ultimately, I got a phone call. And that phone call was, we're going to meet tonight, I'm not going to be here. Wow, she no-showed me again? At that point, I was absolutely and totally drawn in even more. I had to know this girl. I told my friends, listen, if this girl ever shows up again, I'm going to immediately tell her I love her and then give her a key to my place. So, being the persistent fella that I am, I set up a third date. I thought she just got to show up for the happy hour drink and everything else will work out. ultimately, I think you know how that worked out. She didn't show up again. The third time. Now at that point I was like, okay, enough's enough. She's not ready to say yes to me now. So we moved on separate paths. A few months later, her roommate calls and says, hey, we're having a party for Catherine's birthday. Why don't you come? Now, a sensible fellow would know better to not say yes, but when it comes to her, I am not sensible. So the night of the party, I knock on the door. Catherine opens the door. She's a little surprised, but very cheerful. Come on in. She asks, are those for me? As I say, absolutely. And I extend my hands, one of which is a bottle of Boone's Farm Strawberry Hill. The other is a bouquet of broccoli. Because see, the first night that I met Catherine, she shared with me she used to live in France. And she really enjoyed that time because she got to learn about wine and etc. And that her favorite food was vegetables. I was paying attention the first night that we met. I was there to demonstrate. I listened from way back then. And I'm here to have a good time. So later that night, I met the guy she had just started dating. Not a great moment, but I decided I'm going to burn the boats. Like the Vikings, I'm going all in on this. Okay? So I see a moment where she's alone. I decide I'm going to go for it. I go over and I say, I know you're into me. And I need you to know I am totally into you. Now, I gesture over to this guy who's absolutely within earshot, and at this point he's looking at me because, as you can tell, I got a lot of hand gestures going on, right? So he sees me now talking to his girl, and I lean in and say, I know you know that you're wasting all of your time until you and I get together. Now, at this point, I'm fully prepared to take a punch in the face. Luckily, I didn't get punched in the face. But nothing changed, nothing happened. We left separate ways. Several months later, we run into each other out in Dallas. We have some small talk. She's no longer dating that guy. The small talk turns into a bunch of laughter and us having a great time. I asked her to go see a movie the next day. She showed up, and we've been together ever since. Now we have our 2 boys and a beautiful life that we're creating. I did not accept no, and I am beyond grateful for that life. Now, I still date my wife now because I want her approval once, but I want it for a lifetime. And I think this is an important takeaway for you. Are you still dating your candidates? Are you still courting your current staff? Are you showing and sharing with them how appreciative you are of what the contributions they make and the commitment they make to you and to your community? Because if you're not, look around. Someone else will start courting what's yours. Now, let's make this about you. How many people here in this room are in a relationship? Boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, partner, significant other? Okay, we got a lot of people together. Keep your hands up, keep your hands up. How many of you met your person and then 45 seconds later got engaged? What happened to all the hands? Would that be a little creepy to you? If I were to say, hey, Carrie, nice smile. Want to get married? First part of that's really nice. Second part of that's pretty creepy. But we're all doing this. Recruitment marketing should imitate normal life. It shouldn't be, hey, we're ABC Hospital in Anytown, USA. We have a job. Do you want it? I'm Dr. Christ. No, I don't know who you are. You haven't earned my attention, my interest, or my commitment because you haven't properly courted me. Courtship is important. Candidates deserve courtship. Now, there's a lot of you that have seen these postings, and you definitely have published these. We have competitive compensation, great work-life balance, supportive administration. Unfortunately, all of that is just white noise. Unless you find that posting right next to a posting that says terrible compensation, terrible work-life balance, and the worst administration. If you can show me that, anyone seen that job posting out there? Me either. Candidates want specificity. They deserve it. And think about yourselves and your own personal lives. And this is going to sound ironic. People don't want to be in a sales process. It's terrible. They want to self-educate. They want to be courted. How are you applying that to your recruitment strategy? So here's a gift from me to you, because again, I want to be in a relationship with y'all. So I have to court you, right? So here's a gift. Here's an idea for you to test. Add this question at the end of everything you think is powerful about your opportunity. How do you demonstrate that? We have competitive compensation. We have great work-life balance. We have a supportive administration. All that sounds amazing, but how is that demonstrated? When you provide that kind of specificity, you will absolutely get more engagement from the workforce. Bottom line, if you implement that one question, you will see more incoming impact from your outgoing efforts. I believe in relationships. I believe that what you all do is critical to the communities that you serve. And it all begins with courtship. I believe that you must accept that you cannot accept no. This is a marketplace where there will always be an infinite number of jobs and not enough supply to fill those jobs. You must not accept no, because no doesn't mean no forever. No just means no, not now. Not enough was demonstrated to say, I'm the right fit for you, or you're the right fit for me. No was given at that moment in time, but not to what the future of what could be. Ask my wife. I believe in relationships. I believe in courtship. I believe you must not accept no. I believe you must demonstrate your value now and in the future. And I believe you must be persistent and consistent in your courtship to really build great relationships. I'm Chris, and I would love to build a relationship with all of you. Thank you.